Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Farhat Sheikh Habib. Welcome to Somaliland National Television English News Program. Here are the news making headlines. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism visits Agahdar historic sites. The Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources holds a press conference. Delhi on alert as Al-Qaeda moves to raise the flag of jihad in Indian subcontinent. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism, Mr. Ali Saeed Raigal, along with the Vice Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance, Abdul Wahid Abdul Qadir, and Gabile region authorities visited the historic sites of Agahdar district of Arab Sea.
The Minister of Youth, Sport and Tourism, along with the Vice Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance and Gabile regional authorities visit the historic sites of Agahdar district of Arab Sea. The Vice Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance, Mr. Abdul Wahid Abdul Qadir, who spoke to the media, described the beauty of this place, which is similar to the other historic sites in large scale, and discussed the role of media and his ministry to publicize and show the world the beauty of this place. The Minister of Youth, Sport and Tourism, Mr. Ali Saeed Raigal, mentioned that his ministry established a policy that will promote and publicize the historic sites of Somaliland.
Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources holds a press conference in his office to report on supervisory tour to Somaliland eastern regions. The minister stated that the current situation on those areas is calm and peaceful. Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources held a press conference in his office to report on a supervisory visit to Somaliland eastern regions. The minister stated that the current situation on those areas is calm and peaceful. The minister discussed about Hingolol community meeting, which was denied by the elders of the cultural leaders of that area after coming to know that it was not for the national interest. He praised the efforts made by the community to work on strengthening ties with the government of Somaliland. The minister added that whenever they are disposed to hold meeting among them, they first need to identify the objective of their assembly to be held and organize the location with consultations. The minister also discussed the importance of collaboration, which he said that it can result to be identified anyone with a special interest to disturb the region. The minister highlighted that consultation with the conferences to be held are important for security measures as well. At the conclusion, the minister finally denied the claims regards that fishery tools to be handed over to Laskore district by the Minister of Fishery were corrupt. As it still rains in the western regions of Somaliland, valleys such as Arab Sea Valley serve as a barrier for vehicles to travel from Hargeisa to western regions of Somaliland. In addition, 2 deaths were reported in a result of car clash in Gabile city.
As it still rains in the western region of Somaliland, valleys such as Arab Sea Valley serve as a barrier for vehicles to travel from Hargeisa to western regions of Somaliland. Police established checkpoints to deny vehicles jump into the valley while floods are running, yet several accidents resulted from such issue were observed. Communities shouldered over the responsibility of such incidents to the drivers of these vehicles. On the other side, 2 deaths were reported after two cars clashed in Gabile district.
The 3rd Deputy Director of Eagle International Airport of Hargeisa, Abdullah Yusuf Ahmed, organized a dinner event for some of the Eagle International Airport staff in commemoration of their academic graduation. The 3rd Deputy Director of Eagle International Airport in Hargeisa, Abdullah Yusuf Ahmed, organized a dinner event for some of the staff for Eagle International Airport to commemorate their academic graduation. The dinner event had in attendance by some of the high-ranking officials from Eagle International Airport, including the 2nd Deputy Chairman of Eagle International Airport, at a wide array of executive figures from the airport and the staff whom the event has been organized for. The event was aimed to commemorate and honor the staff of Hargeisa International Airport who graduated from 5 different universities in Hargeisa, and as well to credit their efforts in actively carrying out their work in the airport. Members of the staff provided their relevant speech and expressed their thankfulness and gratitude to the 3rd Deputy Director of the airport for holding such a steaming event to share the celebration with them, plus following the work they are in charge of in the airport. The 2nd Deputy Chairman of Hargeisa Airport, Mr. Kalinle, who spoke in the event, has praised this event organized by the 3rd Deputy Director of the airport and the crucial role he played to express his appreciation for the graduates and the efforts they played to uplift the efficiency of their duties in the airport. At the conclusion, the 3rd Deputy Chairman of the airport illustrated the joint cooperation of the staff in the airport. And finally, Mr. Abdullahi Yusuf called upon the staff to strengthen their efforts by meeting the terms of the duties regarding their jobs. On wrapping up the ceremonial dinner, the staff awarded the 3rd Deputy Director of Bigol International Airport with honorary certificates. You're still watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. On alert as Al-Qaeda moves to raise the flag of jihad in Indian subcontinent. India has issued a security alert across a number of states after Al-Qaeda head Ayman al-Zawahiri posted on a line video to raise the flag of jihad in Indian subcontinent. The threats being taken seriously, but counterterrorism officials believe that Al-Qaeda needs publicity following the rise of Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Ajay Sani is from Institute of Conflict Management. This is really a group today which is not some kind of global threat, but a group which is strengthening for its own survival and legitimacy in the eyes of the radicalized Muslim world. In Srinagar and Jammu and Kashmir, a city which has been its fair share of political violence in recent times, the call for jihad is genuinely unwelcome. We want Kashmir problems to be solved through dialogue. The Al-Qaeda chief should think twice before issuing any statement that he is to create an Indian wing here, said Niyazullahi, a resident in the city. Ukraine, Islamic State and Afghanistan on the agenda for 2nd day of NATO summit. On the 2nd day of NATO summit in Newport, Wales, delegates will no doubt be hoping that talks on a possible ceasefire in Ukraine will yield results. The USA and European leaders have made it clear that there are no plans to use force against Russia, but they have fought tougher sanctions should the negotiations amount to nothing. Progress on Ukraine might allow them more time to concentrate on other big issues, the rising threat of Islamic State and what to do about it. NATO has pledged to seriously examine any plea by Iraq to fight IS militants who have so far captured controls of significant areas of the country, as well as neighboring Syria, in their stated aim of creating a new caliphate. Their rapid progress and bloody tactics have prompted fears that they could eventually threaten security in the West. That's the end of our English news desk on Somaliland National Television. From me and the rest of the team are leaving you until we meet for the next time. Goodbye.